Yeah.
the night he had. What did you see from him when he redshirted last year and then this offseason?
Well, just a dedication of adding strength. And I just said on the radio, a lot of people, when you talk about adding strength, you think about the waist up. But he's also added, leg strength to be able to slide his feet laterally, have leverage under his body. And, I know we know what he can do, how much of a threat he is, stretching the floor with a shot. But I really like they were trying to ISO him a couple times on switches. And that's going to be the end because people are going to try to ISO him. And I thought he did a nice job sliding his feet. One time they did go by him, he stayed with it and blocked it. And I love the play when I think he hit 2 in a row, then all of a sudden he faked it and drove it in. That's growth, So many guys heat check that one when the guy's flying at you and he drove it down. Our guys know it. They, that he's such a threat. And he's even though he's going to shoot it, he's 6'9", and he has such a high release, and he just kind of keeps moving farther and farther back. But I really, the thing that stuck out to me is, and I'm going to go watch the tape, but I thought his second half defense of trying to keep that dribbler in front of him was impressive.
Porter, you mentioned the other day the key with Mo is just staying out of foul trouble. So
Yeah.
just tonight, what's that about the way he played, and also only having 1 foul?
I think Mo got the first chewing from me of the year. That turnover and then the foul after. That started us off. Got me right out of the gates, chewing on him. And but I think he settled down. I just told him, I go, you had 25 minutes, 2 fouls, and I thought defensively, when I break down the tape, I thought he was the most consistent defender the whole night. Had 10 rebounds. Got us a lot of extra shots. We wanted to get 37% was our goal of our misses. I think we missed 31 shots, I think it was. We missed 31 shots and got 14 of them back. So that's well over 40% of our misses back, almost closer to 50% of our misses back. And Mo was a big part of that. Just thought he's just picked up, like I've been saying it all along, I just thought he ended the year so well. And he's picked up where he finished off and just given us a lot of value of defense, rebounding, energy. And the key is for him, and that's why I got on him, because we've been talking so much. And he was just amped up. He turned it over and he tried to go get it back, and he just grabbed him. And those are the ones that he's got to leave behind. But I thought the rest of the game, he was outstanding.
Porter down 49, 45. You almost took off the jacket. But how important was it just to let the guys figure it out?
Well, I think the whole second half was our defense was much better. I knew that. I mean, they went to the NCAA tournament here. The program, the locker room, even though those are some different guys, they still have that DNA that they can go back on. That they've been to the tournament last year, and they didn't come in here and quit. They played their tails off, man. They were running fast. They were attacking the basket. They got some confidence. They started hitting some shots, and we talked at halftime, and they had 26 points in the paint in the first half. They had 40 shots. All right, and the second half they had 10 points in the paint. That's a drastic difference of 26. We guarded the dribbler better. We had better team defense. We got back in transition, and we just settled down and did so many more things aggressively, but within what we were doing, and just got to the paint too much. And I thought, you can always take lessons from everything. So the fact that we got down and just got it back going by defensive stops and went on a 20-0 run based on, our defense creating some offense.
Porter Kuol was talking about when he was on the scout team last season, seeing Jeff work back from the Achilles and at times working hard and made him want to be better. Just how did you see their interactions over the last year kind of push each other?
Those two pushed each other. I mean, they're just gym rats. They were gym rats. And, Jeff's out there. I just did the radio show. Jeff's out there shooting right now, and it's not phony. He just, he had 9 rebounds. Jeff had 5 assists, and I thought, that's a lot of making, a lot of things happen. But those two just work so hard. They're gym rats. And, I think Kuol saw that. Jeff, working out on game days, nonstop. He's always in here. And we need them to, those guys are going to be, really big for us. I thought our first group was really efficient. Look at the efficiency of Xavier Brown and Nigel Fack. They were 11 for 22, 50%. They each had 16, and they had 9 assists, 1 turnover. That's really efficient for 2 guards. And I know Nigel's going to bring it up to me tomorrow. He did have 3 blocks. And he's going to bring that up to me tomorrow. So career high, career high.
Porter with Mo, that's a legitimate center that can score and do a lot of things. He's improved so much. What can that do to your club knowing that you have a center that can take over again?
And he's a center that's mobile to play we want to play. It's like he's really smart. He's got a really good IQ. Like gets it, switches sides, DHO, rolls, pulls. Like, you know, he got an and one, and it's literally almost the same play against UConn. If you look at him pulling in the second half and Pierce hitting him, you know, he went out there and he saw that they were starting to hedge and he pulled real quick and turned. It was in the first half. And it was almost the same play that he got in the second half against UConn, just pulling out of that thing. He's smart, he's mobile, and he's got to stay healthy and stay out of foul trouble. But he makes a lot of positive things happen for our team, and our guys feed off his energy. There's not a lot of guys that you say you feed off the center's energy. It's just not something you naturally say over years. And our guys feed off of Mo's energy.
Coach, first game for the 4 transfers, how would you assess how they mesh with all the newcomers?
I think I've never felt that they haven't. I mean, that's been a strength of our team and a strength of the newcomers right from the jump. We've had a couple exhibitions, we've had a lot of practices, and I know that's a question that people ask nowadays. You have to ask that, but it's really been seamless for us. These guys have come in working, not entitled, wanting the right things, and you know, we talked about it in the recruiting. You know, you say up front, guys in the portal, you know, you're being naive if you talk to a recruit nowadays and say, oh, I know you want to get to the NBA. They all do. You're naive avoiding this subject. And what we talk about is, hey, let's go on a simultaneous path. Let's have this path of like getting you better, helping you get to the next level. But the simultaneous path, let's be special with the team and win. And we talked about that before they even committed, is that coming here, it's going to be a simultaneous path. And I think some people, and maybe I was back early in my career, don't want to say it because you don't want to talk about that because maybe they'll start doing their individual goals over their team goals. Man, we talk about it. You're being naive. Guys want to play in the NBA. They want to do it. Let's talk about it. Let's say, how are we going to help you get there? All right? But it's going to be a simultaneous path. And these guys have absolutely, and it's not even bought in, it's believe in. They believed in that, hey, I'm going to get better here at Oklahoma, and we're going to be part of a team and try to win big.
You talked about the defense ratcheting up in the second half. How much does it help with that just to have more length with guys like Payne and Derrick?
As long as we get the length into the game. You know, that's one thing. You got to get the length into the game. And I thought those guys got the length in the game better in the second half.
Mo talked about playing international ball over the summer. A lot of guys that do play international.
You talking about Bo? Yeah.
A lot of guys that do play international ball talk about coming into their respective seasons a little bit more fresh, a little bit more in rhythm. Is that something that you saw from him coming into this year?
You know what? What I saw in Mo was, I think it was just building trust. He knew I had his best interest. Selfishly, I would have loved to have him here. And because he didn't get to work with us last summer. So selfishly, I would have loved to have Mo here. All right, because he was healthy. We're getting better. We're going to rely on him so much. We only had one other 5-man, and he was a freshman. But it was more of a trust. And we sat down. He really wanted to do it. I said, Mo, you know, and here's, you know, if I was born here in the United States, if I had the opportunity to play for the USA team, there's nothing that would have held me back. I thought that would have been the greatest thing. How am I going to hold him back to do that? And we built a trust. And I said, Mo, I'm going to let you do it. And when you come back, the first 4 weeks while you're here, you got to be the hardest worker. When you come back, you got to be the hardest worker. And that's what he did. And we built a lot of trust. And I think he felt that trust, and I felt the trust in him because he just keeps working.
Porter, how's Kai doing?
We'll know more tomorrow. You know, it's more of a day-to-day thing.
Porter, you talked about a simultaneous path. Just how cool was it yesterday for the team to go see?
Yeah, that was cool.
Jeremiah play?
It was real cool. It was real cool. I mean, it was, you know, in all honesty, there's certain events where I'm like, all right, guys, we got to go to this. And that was not one of them. They were all excited to be there, and they waited around a long time. I got there early before I got to talk to them, and it's awesome. One, that they saw a path, And then they loved the way Fears was. I mean, he was just so not entitled, such a great teammate, and just what we're about. And it was really cool to see that yesterday.
It's promising for you to see you get so many new guys, right? You get in somewhat of an adverse situation, and then
Yeah.
it's one thing to tell them, okay, you guys got to get it together, but it's another thing in game one for them to, all these new guys to be able to execute it just like that.
Great point. Sometimes you don't get into adverse game points. Like we got in a lot of adversity the first two games, and then maybe they didn't think there was going to be adversity today. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. But they came in, that St. Francis came in and fought. And they were going downhill. They were running in transition. Next thing you know, they were hitting a corner three. They bounced a three. I mean, and you gave them some belief. And so there was definitely an adverse point in the locker room, especially at halftime. And then, especially that we talked so much about winning the first, the second half, the first 4 minutes. And they came out and took a 4-point lead. So we were almost -5 at one point to start the second half. And just to fight through it and not try to get it all back at one time. And then the other thing is they realized they got it back with their defense. Their defense created their offense, and then they were sharing it. 23 assists, 11 turnovers. I love that ratio.
Non-game related, but you spent some time with the Thunder, Mark Daigneault from their training camp. He talks about everything he can learn from you and picking your brain, especially while watching their practices. What are the things that you're learning from him?
Just the culture. That's how they do things, from how they built the team to going to their practice to watch how efficient and purposeful everything they do. There's a purpose for everything. Just all about, you watch them play and they're just so unselfish and they're just so it doesn't take, you just look at them and you're like, man, they're together. They're together. And then they do, it's one thing when you got elite culture, but they also, defensively, they do some unbelievable things. The way they have each other's back, the way they peel, the way they do different stuff. Offensively, the way they space. It's just, we're lucky to have those kind of people. That whole organization is first class. So we've really drawn on it as much as we can, and pulling for them every game. Those guys are, it's how it should be run.
Porter, it was like around week 2 or 3 last year, asked about Kuol in redshirt. Alec Blair played tonight.
Yeah.
Was there any discussions
No.
about redshirt?
No.
What you like so much about it?
Alec didn't get into the game till late, but Alec can go downhill. He got a nice offensive rebound, kick out. We're going to need to continue to build depth. There wasn't a thought. And, we really, Reed had strep throat. He wasn't there tonight. Jadon's out. Kai's out. Andreas Holtz is not cleared yet. So all of a sudden we had limited bodies. So, but Alec, he missed the summer. Then he had mono. So, but man, I really like him. He's super athletic, great feel for a lot of things. And we're looking for him to keep his development going. And, he's just got to stay ready to be counted on because he's going to be playing.
Right. Any nerves for your first game?
I was before, not like once I started warming up now, like it started going away. I just started thinking about what I need to do, my job and stuff like that. But,
Mo, how did it feel for you just to get off to a strong start after how well you played down the stretch last year?
It was pretty good. Like, this is my first time really having the summer to work out. Coming up to injury last 2 summers, so it was pretty good having the summer to get ready for this one.
What was this summer like for you, just finally being able to do everything?
It was pretty good. I actually got a chance to go play for the national team in Mali. But I had a really good time getting ready, getting my body right for this season.
Mo, a lot of guys that play international ball in the summer talk about how that makes them come into whatever season a little bit more ready, a little bit more fresh in rhythm. Did you feel that coming into the season? Feel like it was more in rhythm because you played international basketball or something?
I think so, yeah, because it's different. It's a different type of ball out there. And then get to see family also was really good.
Well, what is that second half, just the rhythm you were in, what does that do for your confidence, especially having that kind of game this early in the season?
I would just say just stay level-headed and keep it going. Don't let myself get too high. Don't let myself get too low. We have Gonzaga next, so they're going to be a really good team. So make sure I get mentally locked in and get ready for that.
For both of you guys, how much
Yeah, we definitely got a lot of new guys. So like, it probably gonna take a little time for everybody, to be on the same page. But we really talk about it in the locker room to, be more efficient on the defensive side for the second half.
Mo, Porter talked about when Sam went out at the end of last season and you started those last couple games. How big was that for your confidence ending last year and coming into this year?
It was big time, getting a chance to really see what I could do out there. And then he told me, to keep that up and then bring it up every night this season.
Kuol, you mentioned last year being on the scout team with Jeff and Jadon, but to see Jeff come out here coming off his Achilles and fill the stat sheet the way he did, I think it was 8 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. How cool was that to see him do that in his first game back?
Oh man, it puts a smile on my face, man. That's my boy Jeff, man. Especially too, a lot of nights like me and him always working out, always talking, really pushing each other. Cause it was tough, man. Like he tore his Achilles, and he really motivated me. Like he tore his Achilles, and like 3 months back into it, like he's out there working out. He's working out, and he's working out harder than me in a sense. Like I'm out here working out with him. He's moving faster than me. I'm like, nah, I can't lag behind. So, and he was always like pushing me up forward, like picking me up. So like, and I would do the same. So seeing him do that, man, it really put a smile on my face, man. Like always pushing out. We just gotta wait for Jadon back, man. Jadon, I'm just waiting for him to come back, share the court with him, man. So.
Well, Porter's mentioned repeatedly all the weight that you put on. Where have you noticed that's helped your game the most?
Definitely moving, being able to slide your feet, going down, being able to drive. I feel like it just helps every aspect of the game. And even then, like I still don't even feel like that big. Like, I feel like there's definitely still some more weight I can do, especially more with Ty, our strength and conditioning coach. We really put emphasis on that, like adding on weight every single day, making me drink smoothies after we work out and stuff like that. So definitely, like every aspect of my game, it helped.
Mo, what do you think was the key to the second half? I mean, you got a 2-point lead at the, 1-point lead at the half. So what was the key to the second half?
We made it intentional, got to take pride on the defensive side. And then, first game, I know, it's a little, everybody new guys, so like we really wanted to play hard and make sure we show what we could do in defense.